Well, hey everybody, Andy here. Thanks for joining me today. Today I'm in Tennessee. I'm at the Grundy Forest to do the Fiery Gizzard Trail. We're going to be doing a loop, camping on out near the far point. It's actually about the midway point, and then we're going to do the loop back to this lot. We're at the north lot, so stay tuned. You're watching Andy Parish Outdoors. So I'm actually starting not on the Fiery Gizzard Trail, but there's a little loop that I think goes around maybe a waterfall or two that we wanted to check out. So I'm going to start with that loop first, right by the parking lot on the north trailhead. It should take me right back to where I started, and then there should be a little offshoot that'll take me over to the beginning of the Fiery Gizzard Trail. Well, I'm already a little past a mile in, and I forgot my trekking pole, which is like par for the course. I think every trip I go on, I'll set it aside, set it down, take a picture, take a video, just take in a scene, and then get all my stuff together and go without my trekking pole. So I got about, I don't know, maybe a little more than 1/10 of a mile, not too far. And whoops, forgot something, so I had to run back and grab it real quick. So now I've got to kind of double time it to catch back up with the guys. Well, I just get to experience all this stuff twice then. That's the, you know, the mastermind at work. You know, how do you really soak it in? It's a ploy. I really do it on purpose, just so I can see these amazing sights 3 times. Yeah, no. Okay, yeah, that doesn't fly. So one thing that's really neat about this trail from the one thing that's really neat about this north end of the trail, the very beginning couple miles so far, you know, you've had a lot of walking along the creek, and you're kind of down below in this big, you know, worn away ravine. So you've got like waterfalls and different things to catch your eye, and these huge rock formations as you kind of go through this, you know, lower section of this mini gorge, mini gulf. Very cool. Well, that's a new sign. Turn back now. Whoa. These last couple of miles have been really rugged, to the point where if the blazes weren't as common as they are, it'd be real hard to lose the trail, because there's huge sections of like scree fields, boulder scrambles where you don't see dirt, all you see is rocks, and so you can't pick up a trail if it weren't for the blazes every 20 feet, which they've done a really good job marking it. You'd get lost pretty quickly. So just a note, the trail after the point is not accurate on All Trails, Gaia, Garmin. There's new property owners. The next falls heading southeast, I think, from the main lookout point. And there's a reroute that takes you to the bottom of the ravine, and there's a bridge. You know, you can see behind me down here, we came down these steps. The old map has you going kind of even with the falls or above the falls or like right at the falls. The reroute, which is on the map at the trailhead, I did take a picture of it by the ranger station. It does show that the trail goes below the falls quite a bit. So there was a little bit of debate and discussion. Are we going the right way? Because GPS says no. But I had a picture of that map, and the blazes are pretty clear that this is the way. So we're now climbing out the other side, back up towards the falls, and then down the ridge to camp. So, good tip, just be aware. We getting wet? We made it to the camp. Let's go walk down the trail a little ways. Check it out. Well, good morning, everybody. It is morning of day 2 on trail, really, the hike out. So here on Fiery Gizzard, we hiked into camp. Ended up being about 11.5 miles for me. I had a little bit of backtrack, probably wouldn't have been more than about 11 without leaving my trekking pole 1/4 mile behind me on trail or whatever. Made it to this campsite. It's a pretty new campsite. They've got let me show you. Here's one right here. This is campsite number 1. So they have these little pads carved out. There's a stream that goes by, and I believe you have to reserve these ahead of time. So, and I guess for this weekend they were going as early as December, and we're talking middle of March. So they can book up a little early. We were back on the group site, way in the back. It's the furthest one from the trail, and then it's like 1, 2, 3, 4. There might be like 6, something like that. And there's other people here. It was pretty full when we came in. Nobody used one, but I think that might be the only one that wasn't used. So heading to the outhouse. They actually have an outhouse. So there's an outhouse here. There's a stream that's flowing really good for filtering water, and otherwise some pretty nice sights. So we're gonna get on trail here in the next 20-30 minutes. Actually, some of the groups already left. You know, people have obligations and things like that, family and long drives and whatever. I'm probably gonna be on trail next, trying to get on trail in the next 20-30 minutes. I may be solo on the hike out, or there may be a couple others that go with me, but I know some are closer, and they don't really have the urgency to get going. But with 6-7 miles on the hike out, and then for me 6.5 hours home. I don't want to take too long, and it's already 9 o'clock, 9:30, and I don't know if that's Eastern or Central because we're like right on the time zone and the clocks keep switching, so fun stuff. All right, I'm gonna go to the outhouse, which that's it right there. I will not bring you along for that. We'll see you guys later. Pretty new. Well, we started our hike out, and we're coming up on the waterfall that we passed yesterday where we got to go underneath the falls. So I'm going to film a little bit more of that now because yesterday we were getting towards the end of the day and the lighting wasn't so spectacular. So take a look. That's where we're going under. You're pretty much going to get wet, at least a little bit. And we got rain last night, so it's really moving again today. Here we go. That's pretty cool. You don't get to do that every day. Just making our way up from the bottom of the ravine. This is that section, you can see the signage behind me, where there's actually a home being built back here above the falls. And the GPS from everybody's mapping had the trail going that way and up and around kind of, I think, the upper end of the falls. And the permanent reroute is down these stairs all the way to the bottom, and then you cross the wood bridge at the bottom. So GPS doesn't reflect that. It tells you you're going the wrong way, but there are blazes all the way to the bottom and all the way up the other side too. So just be aware of that as you're doing your trip planning. That was the one kind of screwball that threw us all for a loop, and we just had to trust the blazes. And I mean, those stones, the blocks that they put in for the stairs, that's a lot of work. So at least you got stairs going up and down. It's not easy, but it's traversable. So all right, I'm gonna catch my breath, cool down as I get up here to the ridge, and then should be just ridge walking the rest of the way. Should be. We'll see.
Well, I had a great time exploring the Fiery Gizzard Trail. We did roughly about a 20-mile loop. It was pretty strenuous at times, but beautiful scenery, some views from the top of the ridge, Raven Point, for example. We had some waterfalls that we got to go underneath, go around. Lots of different water features there that were pretty spectacular. Had a great time. If you ever get a chance to check out the Fiery Gizzard Trail, do it. It's worth the hike. Well, thanks again, everybody, for watching. Until next time, be well.